the suppression of the use of marijuana and of the forces lurking behind it are the most important jobs this department is now engaged in. In 1930, the records on marijuana in the Washington office of the Narcotics Division scarcely filled a small folder like this. Today, they fill cabinets.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Coloradians and everyone that's smart enough to listen from the outside.
One of the most amazing plants we've ever discovered.
The pot party, the trippers, the grasshoppers, the hip ones, all gathered in secrecy and flying high as a kite.
I got weed pots.
You know, there's something to be said about more people. If you have more neck than chin or more chin than neck, you know, think you're Davis Mills, quarterback of the Houston Texans. That voice you heard is your host, Kip Wilson. Welcome back to another week of Stole Dep Update. We've got a doozy for you. I believe the date is Thursday, June 29th. As you're listening to this, we've got new restaurants opening up. We've got a loaded docket this weekend. We're giving away more shit on this podcast, as well as for next week as well with our sponsors. It's just a whole heap and a holler. And then we're going to also talk July 4th and the skull dragging that Chris did. It looked a lot like 1776 out there.
It was brutal.
The polls were definitely lopsided. Felt a little Lyndon B. Johnson-y, but at the same time, no one's mad about it. We had a great time. We have a great time ahead, and we're also going to talk about some other stuff around the community. But before we dive into that, let's get a wellness check. CB, how you doing, brother?
I'm surviving, I'll say. This 90-degree heat in a house without AC, it's killing me. But other than that, I'm happy because we're recording.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. You say that with a smile, so I know you're not lying. But let's talk about people without a smile. Queen Eve, what are you doing over there?
Wow. Well, I'm doing okay in my AC available apartment, so I'm okay.
When she says it, AC available. She says AC available. It makes it sound, she makes it sound like she doesn't use it, or she opted for an apartment that doesn't have it.
No, I phrased that wrong. In your face, Chris. That was what I was trying to say. I got AC.
All right, well, I hope your AC breaks and you start in a sweat box.
Well, I can handle it because in LA, that's all I lived in was a sweat box. So,
Ooh, shots fired.
So, I mean, we're not going to talk a lot about Harvey Weinstein today, but we will in the future. This episode today is more about Denver things, Eve. But we want to hear more about the sweat boxes of California later in the future. Today, we have a doozy. I mentioned all the cool shit we have going on, but, you know, Chris, we got to pay the bills. The reason that your AC's not on and Eve's is on is because of our friends over at Ritual, Colorado. That's right. We're getting fucking amped up. An AC united location, 2521 Sheridan Street. That's Ritual, Colorado. Our glass shop. Not actually ours, but our friend Patrick's. And he's worked his tail off getting this place turnkey ready for y'all. Everybody knows that he has a wonderful online selection and store. You can check all that out at Ritual, RITUAL co.com, or check out his social media page, ritual_Colorado. But we're fucking elated because he's right down the street from Chris and the basement style apartment of Studio B. And now everybody that's in the Sloan's Lake area, that's on the north side of Denver, this is your location. You are going to be shopping for your rigs. Whether you're a casual consumer or a connoisseur, they have something for you. Are you looking for something that's cheap? You just want to smoke while you're having a party in the park? He's got you covered. Maybe you're looking for something to hang on your mantle and show off to your new crunchy boyfriend or girlfriend. He's got you covered. Ritual, Colorado, the head shop for headies. That was all I got. How'd that ad read sound?
That was great.
Okay, cool. Thanks. I appreciate it. Eve, how'd I sound on the ones and twos?
amazing.
Okay, she doesn't sound emphatic, Chris.
You did get a thumbs up from her, though, across the screen.
Oh, that's nice. We don't get a lot of those from Eve. So it's the small things, you know? And then when she smiles, it's like the big things. So that's really cool, too. Chris, do we have any other ad reads for us today?
I believe we do.
Give it to us.
A tale as old as time, Breckenridge Distillery.
I
Award-winning
love it.
bourbon, gin, vodka, all the drinks, rum, whatever you want. They've got an award-winning tap house as well up in Breckenridge, but you can basically find them anywhere across the Denver metro. Joy, Molly's, Argonaut, all the liquor stores. So go out and grab some bourbon or try some of their clear liquor.
I like your style, Chris. That was a fucking great ad read. That's why they pay us the mediocre bucks. I like where your head's at. Eve, what's on the docket? What's the first thing we're talking about today? Should we talk about the skull dragging from Chris?
Sure, let's get into it.
All right. So, Eve, you had a really bad showing. A lot of people are worried about you with our
Really?
4th of July draft.
Turkey burgers. That was your downfall.
My
You could have
mistake.
just said burgers and said turkey
I
burgers
know.
were your favorite.
I wasn't playing to win. I was just playing what I wanted, and that was my mistake. I wasn't playing to the people. I was playing for myself.
Well, we learned a lesson. Every
Yes, I
Tuesday,
learned.
maybe through the summer, until we kind of get our autumn ducks in a row when Chris and I do gambling stuff, we're going to do some drafts, and we're going to have Eve pick the next one. Since she got 3rd place, whomever gets 3rd gets to pick the next week's draft. So on Tuesday's episode, Eve will pick.
Nice.
How's that? What's your biggest regret of the week, Eve? Was it turkey burgers? Or was it the French fries?
Maybe the French fries. I feel like I could have gone a little more creative. I don't think that's like a necessary part of a barbecue necessarily.
Right.
I mean, I'm still losing sleep over the potato salad. It just
You're
I should
excited
have.
about it.
I know, but I should have gone watermelon feta. People eviscerate us online. Chris throwing corn 1A. That was unsuspecting. It's like going breaking ball. Shit. He just really
And
knocked
that thing made waves. Everybody mentioned the corn basically. And I will say, I mean, like just from start to finish, corn, ribs, coleslaw, banana pudding. I mean, Jesus Christ, I didn't realize it at the time, but that's a fucking A+ lineup.
Chris, it is a good lineup. It's not a bad lineup at all. You really did well with
Oh, and the margarita.
tailoring.
I think that really brought it home as well.
Yeah, Eve did me dirty on the chilled wines picture. I mean, obviously, I thought we were friends, Eve, but you really fucked me real hard.
Eve, I also think you
She
kind of
gave me like
I kind of think she fucked herself with the dessert that she had mentioned, because it sounded a lot better when you talked about it on the pod, but I don't know what people were thinking when they looked at that picture.
I know the picture doesn't look great. And Kip, you sign off on this. So if you had said, please switch out that picture, I would have. So
no,
use your voice.
Eve, you're the fucking producer. I just wanted Bitmojis, descriptions, and I think you knocked it out of the park.
No,
But
Bitmojis were my idea.
Putting the ice in the wine was just a dirty move.
I didn't think about I'm not a wine person. I was like, oh, this is pretty. That was it. I was like, that's pretty.
She's
That's
like,
all.
ooh, cranberries in the background.
That looks like a picture from a recently divorced party where people are just popping ice cubes into their wine glasses. But Eve, I gotta ask you, was the strawberry, did you mention Jell-O?
I didn't, but that's what's in it.
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't know about that one anymore. It looks kind of
We need to start talking about, is she actually invited to our July 4th grill sesh? I mean, I want to try her pasta salad, but she really went hard, like downhill after that 3rd round. Like we were like, ooh, lemonade, that's a good call. She's zigging when everyone's zagging for the, again. And then that, I'm not even sure what we're going to call the dessert, but people are like, that must be a Southern thing. And I was like, no. You will not lump us in with whatever she is eating.
You're going to like it.
We may have to talk, Chris. Well, I think she definitely has to make pasta salad, but I don't know if she should be on dessert duty.
No, and you could have even possibly gained some extra ground, Eve, if you would have subbed Dr. Pepper for lemonade. That might have played really well.
Why?
I know a lot of diabetics in the South that would have really, that have tickled their pickle. They are going to heaven in pieces, but they love Dr. Pepper from the now till then. So
Well,
you
shouldn't
really
you
would
would
have.
have used? You
What?
should have done sweet tea then for the South, right?
I mean, I didn't think that I was going to get done dirty, but I also played true to myself with the chilled wines. And I think everybody knows that it's natty season and I'm just playing to it. So, I'm not going to be upset about getting second place because Chris ran away with that one and deservedly so. He played the hits across the board.
My
And
hit.
so, you did. You really did well. And so, Chris, I went and found somebody that voted for you that we don't know to give them a gift card to Post Oak. Shout out to Post Oak, one of our favorite barbecue restaurants in town. We're always high on the sides. They have some of the best. Their ribs are great, which was Chris's award-winning meat. I love their chicken wings and I guess creatively stuffed sausages. Our winner is going to be, give me a drum roll, Eve. Perfect. Reggie S. Guthrie or Regis Guthrie. I don't know, or Regis Guthrie. You are, in fact, the Post Oak winner. If you don't want to grill yourself for July 4th, don't worry. We have a gift card to our friends over at Post Oak that'll take care of just that.
That's a good gift card.
Hell yeah, that food's delightful. It reminds me of the spade and spoon.
The beans are good.
The beans are real solid. Okay, so we recapped the giveaway from Tuesday. We made fun of Eve, so she now is in her place for the next draft. Chris, I think we got to do what's on the agenda for the weekend. What are you doing?
What am I getting into? As much as I would love to go check out Dead & Co., I think I'm going to keep it around town, going to little house parties.
Okay.
Almost forgot. Friday, I am going to go see the new Indiana Jones.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's going to be like a traditional date night, movie and then a dinner.
Where are y'all going to go to dinner?
We are going to go to Sap Sua, if that's how you pronounce it.
That is how you pronounce it. You're going to go see Anna and Nee over there, eh?
Yeah, stoked. Excited.
I mean, so for those that don't know, Sap Sua is the new restaurant right behind Tattered Covered on Colfax, like right there at East High. Which movie theater are you going to go to, Chris?
We're going to go to that AMC over there on Colorado Boulevard.
Oh, right there off
The
9th.
one where you did Top Gun party.
That's a nice little 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, they're right there. It's shy of Colorado, right after York, and that butter zone of Congress Park is Sap Sua. They're getting a lot of national recognition. The chef team is wizardly, I think would be the best way to describe it. But Chris, we're gonna have to do a whole restaurant recap when you get back on Tuesday.
We will.
And Eve, what is your stance on the new Indiana Jones? Do you have a stance on that? Aren't you a SAG person?
I'm not in SAG, but I want to see it.
Are you an anti-union?
No, I'm not anti-union, but SAG is for actors.
If you were out in LA, would you join the picket line?
Maybe. I'm not in
Right. We know you're not
WGA,
in film anymore, but if you were,
Yeah, you're in podcasting. We got it.
I could still be part of the WGA, but I'm not.
Oh, is that where the
maybe.
Cubs play baseball? Oh, that's WGN. Network. What's the WGA stand for?
The Writers Guild of America.
Nice. Is that who's picketing?
Yeah, and SAG might join them soon.
yeah, that's
Wow.
why there's no new shows and no late nights and all that because the writers aren't writing.
Yeah.
Oh, shucks. No one's watching Jimmy Kimmel Live right now?
Nope.
That's terrible.
In other news, what do you think about Ryan Seacrest taking over Pat Sajak?
I know there's a lot of people in southern Mississippi that are probably pretty pissed off. But personally, that guy, Pat Sajak included, you get away with murder up there. You're not even the main attraction. Like when they replace Vanna White, if they replace that with somebody that's like super woke or someone that's not attractive to the unemployed eye, that's when you'll see a real stir up. Pat Sajak was not the one that's really going to piss people off. It's the Vanna White replacement that's going to irk some folks. But yeah, I saw Ryan Seacrest create a little ripple on the internet. Eve, what are your thoughts?
Wheel of Fortune fan?
No, he just works so much. Like, how many jobs does this guy need? How much more money? How bored? How does he have time?
What other jobs does he have?
He has like a radio show. He was on whatever, the Kelly Ripa.
Ryan
Quit that, but he has some mornings, radio stuff. He's hosted other things. Like, he's just like everywhere, and he's loaded. So much money.
Yeah, goals. I guess when you get that kind of money, or someone you get a taste of it, you're like, someone's going to pay me $20 million to laugh at people that are illiterate. I would take that money. That sounds like a fucking awesome job. I do that with y'all every week, and I don't get paid nearly that kind of money.
And they like film ahead of time. So I think they like knock out like a month's worth of Wheel of Fortune and then take a little break.
They fly in like 70 co-eds, and then they're like, all right, we're going to knock out a year's worth of college episodes in exactly 42 minutes. Like, let's get this over with. Don't even bother with commercials. I love it. Eve, what are you doing this weekend?
I'm not sure. Probably something in the park somewhere, some sort of picnic thing. Not sure.
All right,
yet.
so that sounds pretty cool. Anything cool that we should have on our radar since you're bringing the hammer here today?
Yeah, you want me to get into stuff that's happening around town?
Yeah, why don't you? Let's say that if you were doing something fun, you would do these things.
Wow,
Why don't we
okay.
lead that way? If you weren't going to hang out with your cats, what would you do?
All right, I see how it is.
Yeah, you didn't bring any. You're like, I may go to the fucking park.
I don't know. It's Wednesday. I don't know yet.
Alley on Colfax.
I don't know. And if it's too hot, that changes things. Anyway,
the weather's supposed to be crisp this weekend.
If I wanted to spend the money, I would possibly go to the FanExpo.
What's the FanExpo? Time out. Run that back.
Well, it looks like you get to meet you pay money, and there's like a lot of vendors there. You can buy all the merchandise from shows and stuff, and then you can meet your favorite actors. That's what it looks like to me. So
I think Henry Winkler is going to be
he's going to be there.
Cool.
He's going to be there. Richard Dreyfuss is going to be there. Tom
What
Felton,
is Richard Dreyfuss doing there? Oh, is Tom Selleck going to be there?
I didn't see him on the list, but he could be.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman, Christopher Lloyd.
Any like females going to be there? Or is it just all white cis males?
Some of the women from The Office, I think, are going to be there.
Ooh, Angela?
I don't know if I saw her name, but maybe. Not Pam. I know Pam's not going to be there.
Yeah, me and Jenna Fisher, we don't have a good relationship. I personally think she sabotaged the television show. She just mommed it to death. Like, the show was about levity and living in a workspace where you didn't hate your boss because the guy was never serious. And she brought this level of like, she was just a damp towel. That was the best way to describe it.
I mean, so was Jim.
I agree. Jim wasn't.
They're the most boring couple I've ever.
Yeah, how they dance, it just screams missionary sex. And the reason, like, if you could have just done the show about Dwight and Mose, and I'd have been fucking happy as a clam. And then you have like Michael's cringeworthiness. Andy was the role players were fantastic. But when they started to highlight the Jim and Pam relationship, the show just, it went left, or it went south, or it went the wrong direction.
How much are
I'm not sure. I know they're not like $20. It's like, I think it's like like around 50.
Oh,
When I
Eve,
looked.
I'll pay you if you'll go and you'll film it and then post everything to social media for us. But you have to do selfie style videos where you're like, hey, it's Eve. I'm down here at FanExpo because Kip may be.
I mean,
You
I don't
can
mind
bill
talking to
us.
nerds. Nerds are nice. I'll do that.
No,
Nerd
no, we
farm.
understand. They're gonna be like, oh my God, it's Eve.
No.
Okay, I don't hate this FanExpo. It kind of sounds good. My dad sounds like he'd have a field day. It sounds like Young Sheldon and the Big Bang stack team that doesn't make millions of dollars anymore will all be there. Does that sound about right? I'm looking it up right now.
What else?
Yeah.
What
I
else
mean,
you
they had a
got?
long list of people though going. Like a lot of celebrities are. Like I was impressed. It wasn't just like the 6 I named. It was a pretty long list.
Yeah, I mean, when you lead with Ron Perlman, it makes me wonder how deep the roster really goes.
It's Hellboy.
I
That's pretty
just
cool. Christopher
feel like
Lloyd. I'd line up for that. I want to meet him.
be like, did y'all see Camp Nowhere? That movie was awesome.
No.
Isn't that him?
I can't remember.
Oh my God, I hate y'all. All right, so FanExpo seems to be the fan favorite for the weekend. Is there anything else worth checking out besides things like 311 or Dead and Co?
You could go to the Cherry Creek Arts Festival happening Saturday to Monday.
Oh, that's a
shit.
great call.
Yes.
I forgot about that.
And that's free to get in for just the average American. Isn't that right, Eve?
Yes, it is free.
That's you
Yeah.
totally redeemed yourself. Way to go.
Okay.
It's hot as shit down there.
I
Yeah,
was-
go early.
We've gone before, and so shout out to Noelle Fairs, who is a local, I guess, celebrity in the community because she's such a great artist. But last year she did the posters for the event themselves, was doing a signing, and then she was also selling prints and her, I guess, originals of her artwork. So it's actually that's a good call. It's a lot of fun. The restaurants around there all participate. There's a big ass beer garden. And I think you can actually buy VIP passes that get you into one of the hotels by like the neighborhood hotels. So if you do need a reprieve, like Chris said, it's hot as fuck. But realistically, the weather actually looks kind of primo this weekend, CB.
Nice.
Yeah.
That concrete jungle down there can get dicey.
Yeah, not that combination with a bunch of cougars on the prowl. I mean, you got to keep your shit close and get
Watch your
snatched
stick.
up real quick.
What about you,
Oh.
kid? What's going on this weekend?
Okay, so I am doing Dead and Co on Saturday. Shout out to our friends over at Starbuds. It's going to be a debaucherous fucking weekend. I'm not sure why they're doing Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but I'm not mad about it because it opens it up to something that keep it a little local. Do you remember the band The Future Birds, Chris, or just Future Birds?
Yeah.
They're an alternative, kind of classic rock and roll jam band vibe. They used to play things like Larimer Lounge this time 10 years ago. Well, they're fucking playing at the Ogden, and it's a damn near sold out show, but it's gonna be a doozy. It's gonna be a doozy. They bring that goddamn hammer. But before that, I know you were talking about how you're eating Sap Sua, which is a mega flex. I'm actually going to eat at the Post Chicken for the first time in well over a year. And we've all know that I've disparaged it in the past, but I've heard rumblings that they've made some changes to the menu or they're about to. And so they've asked me to come try it out because of the things I've said in the past to see if it's up to snuff now. So I'm kind of excited about getting my hands dirty with some Colorado fried chicken. There's reason to be excited in that concept, correct, Chris?
Yeah. I mean, I remember like when their original location in like Lafayette, I went and tried that way back in the day, and I thought it was pretty damn good chicken. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I
mean,
don't know what they've done, whether it's like, opening up a lot of locations. Which one are you going to?
So we're going to be at the location downtown. So we'll see about that. Yeah, it was Lafayette, the first one, Fort
Yeah.
Collins, maybe. because I know it's also a beer company. But what I remember most about it was hitting up the Broadway spot while hitting South Broadway Country Club, getting a load of chicken, but with a lot of the sides, and the sides actually slapped. If I recall, the collard greens were actually fuck worthy.
Yeah, they're good.
But the chicken didn't do it for me. But rumor has it they've brought their A game back, or they've brought in a fastball. So I'm pretty stoked about giving it a whirl.
Are you gonna go hot style?
Yeah, I'm gonna go as physically hot as possible. I'm gonna eat as spicy of a chicken as I can,
Nice.
and then see what happens to my innards. But I'm gonna do that, and then Saturday I'm gonna do Dead and Co. Sunday, it's really. I mean, we talked about it Tuesday. It's fucking grill and chill season. So it's Sunday grilling, Wednesday or Monday birthday. Tuesday, are we grilling again? Are we gonna invite Eve to grill with us?
I would imagine so. It is the 4th of July.
That is true. Eve, do you have plans for 4th of July, or have you penciled us in?
You're lightly penciled in.
The fuck else you got going on?
Well, you're the one's like, are we inviting her? Are we not? And I'm like, you told me.
Well, of course
You
you're
told me.
invited, Eve. We're just trying to figure out where we're going to do it. Yeah, you're invited to whatever.
You
we
don't know
do.
where
If
this
you
is happening yet?
We're not really those kinds of people. 5 days out's a little bit early.
Someone has to host it. What are you talking about?
We can figure that out this weekend.
Oh my
Yeah, don't
God.
worry.
But also,
Oh.
Eve, crucial
Mhm.
question here. How do your cats handle the fireworks?
One of them probably won't like it that much, but they handle it better than dogs. I'll give them that.
Because they just don't care. They don't have any feelings.
Well, yeah. Well, the dogs usually, they like run into a closet or
Yeah.
under something, but they just look more spooked, and then they just kind of like stare at where the noise is coming from. So they don't really like run away, but they don't exactly like it.
Yeah.
I bet they're like, I hope somebody died with that boo.
Cats are evil.
They're so. I bet they wake up next to Eve and they're like, "You want to not talk on a podcast today?"
Just put
Wow. Okay.
Well, I mean, Eve, that's a great point. And, July 4th is a great time for everyone to celebrate, but the fireworks really are a mega fucking bitch. And so we'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to our friends over at Starbuds, Emerald Fields, and Standing Akimbo. They have CBD, they have THC, they have human-sized adults, and they have tinctures as well. So if you have to put a little droplet in your dog's food to keep them a little bit at bay that day, that's the way to go about it. I think they actually sell it at places like PetSmart and Pet and Co. and things of that nature, but don't leave it to the mass corporations. If you can help it, go to that local provider. And that's why you should be shopping local. That's our seamless plug of the week. How'd that go, Chris?
That was a good one.
Thanks. And to follow up our seamless plug of the week, we talked to Dead & Co. Obviously, Starbuds is giving away a set of tickets to every concert this weekend or every show of Dead & Co. And next week, they're doing it for Snoop Dogg at Ball Arena. So it's back-to-backers. All you have to do is be shopping and be a loyalty member. But all of those people that we just talked about will be present at our next dinner party. No fireworks, all fire. What do you think about that, Chris?
You're a wordsmith.
Yeah, a lot of people have said that. The casual usage of cunt has really watered it down here in America, and I'm bringing it back. But, speaking of, highly regarded things such as our vocabulary, we're having a dinner party on July 12th. As you're listening to this, tomorrow morning, we're going to release 50 or 60 tickets to the public to join us on a private rooftop in Denver with chefs Rico and chefs Bo from Misfit Snack Bar and Molotov Kitchen on Colfax Avenue. If you don't know, Misfit was a 2 seed in our dinner or in our restaurant March Madness. Unbelievably creative stoner snacking, everything from burgers to chicken biscuits, fucking bloomin' onions topped with the okonomiyaki, like crazy ass shit. that they are doing in that kitchen, but now they're going to come literally elevate it by pairing it with cannabis brands. So we're really fired up to have them joining us from one of our parties, first party since March, Chris.
I know, it's about damn time. And we're coming back with a bang.
It's going to be a doozy, and I can't wait. July 12th, tickets go on sale tomorrow morning for those that are listening. That's right, June 30th, 8 a.m. Tickets will go on sale. You can find the link in our bio, but the quickest way to get there is to be members of our newsletter. Those folks will get the link before 8 a.m. So if you're looking to spend payday Friday before July 4th, this dinner ticket is cheaper than any other cannabis event. You'll go home with more weed than the ticket of the dinner. All the while, it's going to be fucking excellent. So y'all come join us. It's going to be a doozy. I think that just about wraps up this week's episode. We made fun of Eve. We made fun of Kip. Chris has the best taste in food. He's got a gauntlet dinner on the horizon. Eve and I are going to go party this weekend at the Arts Festival. Did we miss anything else?
Unless you want to talk about weed news, but we can do that next week.
No, let's talk weed news. What you got?
Well, in Maryland on Saturday, July 1st, they are legalizing marijuana. So that's cool.
That is cool.
On the same day in Connecticut, anyone 21 and older can cultivate up to 6 cannabis plants, only 3 of which can be mature for personal use, with a total number of plants capped at 12 per household.
Hey,
so there you go,
okay.
Connecticut. You finally have something to do in your state.
Whoa, are you throwing shade? Is there do y'all have a battle like it's rich people versus rich people, like LL Bean versus, like Jansport or something like that? What's the rivalry up there?
I mean, Connecticut is very rich, but they also have like very poor communities as well, which people forget about. So keep that in mind. I don't know. I just felt like talking shit, so I did.
So no, but there has to be beef between Maine and Connecticut.
It sounds like there's a lot of it's a powder keg, Chris. We may not have gotten to the root of it.
We have more beef with like people from Boston, Massachusetts, or just Massachusetts, I guess, because when they're driving around Maine, you know what we call them, right?
Massholes?
Yes.
Okay,
so
that's fair.
If anyone has a little beef, maybe it's with Massachusetts, but not really. I guess all New England kind of gets along. I don't know. Or I guess if you're going to sports, like if someone's school was like a Yankees fan instead of a Red Sox fan, we gave them shit.
What's the fan base in Maine? Who do y'all pull for?
Red Sox are supposed to be. It's like the main team that we root for.
Who's your NFL team?
Don't ask
Chris,
me that.
What kind of question is that?
We
just asked her what her cats are up to. You think she's got an NFL team?
She may. Eve's full of surprises. If there's one thing I've learned.
Maybe the Patriots. I don't know. People are gonna get mad at me. I don't know, but it's definitely Red Sox.
Okay, that's fair.
Yankees. Yeah.
And it feels like the Connecticut's kind of that split line because they all like commute in there, whereas the massholes are kind of like they're there and then they kind of escape to you, whereas Connecticut's like escaped New York already. So you kind of get that hodgepodge where you have a little bit more Red Sox influence, so a little more resentment or hatred towards the New York fan bases. That's how I'm understanding it.
That sounds logical. Yes, sure.
I like it. Okay.
Eve, what's the fact of the day?
I was about to ask, what's our Eve fact?
Okay. I've only walked out of one movie in my entire life. And can you guess what that movie is?
The Scout, starring Brendan Fraser. Because that was my movie that I walked out of.
I haven't even heard of that. No. Chris?
Oh, I have to guess?
Yeah.
We need some kind of
Avatar.
No, I'm gonna go with Great Gatsby.
Ooh, that's a good question. I forgot she's so young. Shawshank.
No. If I'm so young, how would I have seen that in theaters?
I don't know, Eve. Maybe you were learning
Okay.
to walk and you walked out of the.
Theaters play old movies all the goddamn time.
Okay, whatever makes you guys
Yeah.
feel better. No, I walked out of Hotel Transylvania 3.
There's,
And yes,
I
I
didn't
saw
know-
the first two in theaters.
are you a Sharknado gal?
No.
Hotel
Well,
I'm not.
Transylvania.
I
It's
gotta
a
look this
cartoon.
up. It's a
Yeah, with Adam
cartoon.
Sandler. Yeah. Adam Sandler's a vampire. The first two are
walked out-
good. Those are good movies. Walked out of number 3. I was like, not this.
What was so
Third
bad
one
about
has
the
a
third
6.
one?
The third one has a 6.3 out of 10 on IMDb and a 62 on Rotten Tomatoes. Please elaborate on this movie series.
Okay, the first two, great. Solid. Third, I don't know. It just didn't have, it was just bad. It was like, humor wasn't good. No. It wasn't smart. It just, I didn't enjoy it. I was like having a really bad time. So I left.
So is it
Did
just
you
like
eat drugs?
Dracula type thing?
What?
Is it just like a Dracula?
Yeah, he's Dracula. And this is me. I didn't even walk out of, was it Click with Adam Sandler, another Adam Sandler movie. I stayed for that one. Don't even ask me why.
Why'd you
Why
go
do you
to
see?
theaters? Are you a
What
huge
is-
Adam Sandler fan?
What is
No.
going on? What's your fascination with the Happy Madison coalition?
No, I really don't. I saw it with a friend. It was either we could see Click It or the Lake House. With
I would have gone to the lake house.
we should have. I don't know why we
Yeah.
didn't. We're like, I guess we'll do Click It, and oh my god, that was terrible.
Isn't that
I
wasn't
think
that
it's
movie-
just Click.
yeah,
Click.
wasn't that movie just like the you could like stop life? with
Yeah,
a-
you can reverse fast forward
Yeah.
time. Christopher
That's
Walken's in
stupid.
it, which
Why
should just
did you
tell
think-
you.
Jesus.
We didn't
Christ.
want to see a romance. I think we thought the Lake House was going to be worse.
Is that
For
a
some
murder
reason.
movie?
No, it's with Sandra Bullock and Keanu Reeves, and they're like in love, but in different timelines. It's bad too.
Okay. So
Chris,
we're
I,
not going-
I don't know what is going on with
This is gonna be
you.
like, yeah, this is a bad impression of me, but that's just like the one movie I've ever walked out of.
I think we're gonna
Noted.
have to do movie. We're gonna have to do movie theater experiences for one of our drafts with like best movies, like most surprising movie, and then also get like your favorite candy because I feel like she's like a fucking like raisinette fan.
Gross.
No, that's disgusting.
Or snow caps.
No. Wow.
She's like junior mints are good.
Nope. Oh, see. Mm-mm.
I bet
What-
I know
what's
I
your
know what you are.
go-to
You're a
theater?
Twizzler girl.
Hey, don't throw fucking shade at Twizzlers.
I'm not. I love Twizzlers, but Eve also looks like a Twizzler fan. Or are you more the fun dip?
She's probably a red.
Wait, are you talking about
Viner.
Twizzlers, like the peeling ones, or the ones
No,
that you
those are
can't
great.
No,
OGs.
the ones you can't peel?
Yeah.
Those are disgusting, and you're sick for eating them.
Okay. Well,
How do you like that? Black? Do you like black licorice? Because that's nasty too.
no,
I-
black licorice is gross, and it doesn't actually matter what licorice it is. We're not a fan. I don't care what color it is. Just want to get ahead of that. It's 2023. I hate all licorices. The normal Twizzlers that have those little weird cutoff ends,
Yeah.
you know, like where it looks like it was sawed off by machine. Those are fucking legit good, as long as they're not exposed to the air before you eat them. Red vines are truly detestable.
yeah.
Ooh, yeah, those are gross.
Hold on
That's
though.
fucked
What?
up, Eve.
Yeah. Damn. It's not sprees. Okay. You don't like sprees?
They're okay.
Are you a chewy or a hard spree?
Chewy.
Wait, you like hard sprees, Chris? So you have to like sit there and suck on them before they're actually like digestible, or even like you could use a tooth for it?
Those were the OG sprees.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that they were first. That doesn't make them better. Look at my family. My brother sucks. I'm awesome. Chewy sprees are 100% the superior spree. the Nerds Gummy Cluster, which I'm not sure if it's a theater candy yet. Smuggle those puppies in because they're worth it. And they're only $3.50, which is a preposterous cost at a grocery store or at a 7-Eleven. But it's only half the cost by comparison of the snow caps that Eve's going to get at the theater, and then probably put it on our tab.
No, I sneak in all my food, number one.
Do you
One
bring
time I
hot
snuck in a
food
sub
into it?
sandwich and a milkshake.
I thought you worked in the film industry. You're just robbing your cohorts?
Robbing us with $15 candy, so they can go fuck themselves. I will sneak
How
in what
much
I
is a
want.
milkshake?
I don't know if they even have them with well, I guess they have them at Alamo. They're like $10. I don't know. You tell me.
Have you
Okay.
ever snuck in a turkey burger?
No.
Damn.
Nothing hot. That's too risky.
I think that's exact. I think you'd be okay with something hot. Like, Charlie Day used to take bags of spaghetti everywhere he went. Realistically, anybody could do that with like a Ziploc bag. You take it to like maybe you go to a sushi buffet before the movie. Like Chris was just talking about going and doing the reverse. But you could go hit like King's Buffet and then hit the Harkins right there off Wadsworth. Put a Ziploc bag full of snacks, maybe some mashed potatoes, a roll or two. You'd be eating like a king in John Wick 4.
Okay, well, if we go to the movies, I'm expecting you to bring all of that.
What we may have to do is play a game to see is who can get the most preposterous food into a movie theater. And that's a challenge we'll extend to our listeners now. We just came up with it. The winner we'll give $100 gift card to whatever is not failing movie theater, like AMC, Harkins, Alamo, your pick. We'll buy it to anyone. Whoever sends us the most preposterous snuck in candy before football season or any snack, doesn't have to be candy. The hotter, the better. If you bring soup in and eat that shit in a movie theater, send me a goddamn picture of it and I'll buy your next 6 fucking movies. Is that fair? That's a fair giveaway.
That's a lot of money on movies.
I mean, realistically, it's not. Like Eve was just saying, $100 gets you probably like 2 individual movie evenings with a significant other, drinks, popcorn, and smuggled in snacks. It's $50 a session for 2 people to go and enjoy themselves comfortably without stolen snacks.
Yeah.
So I think that wraps it up. We have a new challenge for our listeners and followers: movie theater etiquette. And maybe that's next week's draft. We'll let Eve decide because she got last place. Eve?
Yeah.
Oh, there she is. Okay, well, it's that. I think that just about wraps it up. Unless we missed anything else, we want to say thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review. Don't forget, twice a week, these 3 idiots are ranting, and most of the time we have a guest. Starting next week again for all of July, we have guests every single Thursday, learning more about cannabis, psilocybin, culinary worlds, Colorado, duck, dodge, dip, dive, and dodge. We've got all 5. So until next week, we want to say stay high, stay hungry.
Barbecue.
Peace out.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That was just
Nice,
okay,
Eve.
Eve.
Hit him with the peace
Wait.
out.
Wait. Oh, it's